AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR presented by Relief Windows. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yusuf. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. Hope you had an awesome Easter weekend. Tigers got a series win on the road at Tennessee. Another wacky weekend in the league. Wasn't quite 7 of 8 series resulting in a sweep. Actually, the opposite of that. Just one sweep over the weekend, but that one sweep might have been the biggest prize of the weekend. David Dellucci, SEC Network, joins us as he does each Monday to recap it all. Luch, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
I'm guessing you did not have Mississippi State being swept at home by Georgia.
Not a chance. That would be the one series that I would have bet heavily that would not have ended in a sweep, especially the visiting team going into the Dude and doing the sweeping against a very, very good Mississippi State team, a team that was thought from the beginning of the season to be an Omaha caliber team against a Georgia team that was really good, years and years of high offensive output, but not very good, not very consistent pitching, and it kind of flipped the other way in front of the Bulldog home faithful. So it was one that I did not have on the bingo card.
What happened?
I think what happened was Georgia played cleaner defense, especially at the catching position. It was Daniel Jackson has been a tremendous force offensively, showed us that he can throw runners out. He can play defense. And the emphasis we've seen on a bunch of different series the last couple of weekends is defensive play could be the difference between wins and losses and where you're going to end up as the season kind of goes around. So the catching position, the first base position, those two positions right there, you cannot afford to miss plays and give the opponents extra outs, because when you do that, everybody in this league is good enough to put runs across the plate if you give them that.
That's certainly been a bugaboo for LSU this season. They've been pretty terrible defensively, but they've managed to find a way to scratch out a series win on the road in Tennessee there in Knoxville. What was your biggest takeaway of the Tigers and the Vols, Luch?
I loved the way the Tigers are battling. They refuse to go down easily. I think the turning point for me for the series and maybe for the rest of the year was Curiel. After he hit his grand slam, he came in the dugout. He was yelling something along the lines of, "This is my house." And he took it all the way into the dugout. And the guys got fired up around him. And sometimes when you have a leader who tends to lead quietly that will stand up and yell something like that, it puts electricity through the rest of the roster and into that dugout. And it showed. And then in Game 3, to have Jay Johnson get thrown out on a call that it looked pretty awful to me. He had every right to go out there and argue, but he also electrified the rest of the roster. And the team sometimes says, look, if my coach is going to go out there and defend me and defend us, I'm going to give him everything I can. And this may be the series that you look back and go, this was the time that LSU got back on track. The offense was incredible. The pitching was very good toward the end. William Schmidt has emerged as a very solid SEC caliber pitching. Milam continues to play incredible defense. So the Tigers are well on the way to where we thought that they would be.
He's David Dellucci, SEC Network. Arkansas got swept last week by Florida, and they went on the road and lost a series at Auburn. Time to worry about the Hogs yet?
Yes. The Hogs just can't put it together. It's not the pitching that we usually think of Arkansas as having, the dominant starting staff with a closer that will shut opposition down at the end of the game. And it's not an offense that can overcompensate when the pitchers give up runs. So you got to have one that really can pick up the slack when needed. And they haven't gotten efforts on either side of the ball. And unfortunately for Arkansas, I don't know where you get back on track because no one has really, except for a couple guys, Ryder Helfig kind of carried the team to their lone victory. Except for a couple guys offensively, they're just not getting any production. If they can't do that, you're not going to be able to slug your way into victory.
Luch, LSU's going to play Ole Miss in Oxford this weekend. It was a nice series win for Ole Miss at Florida, which they needed after being swept at home last week by Mississippi State. What do you open-ended question? What do you make of Ole Miss right now?
Ole Miss is a solid team when they're all on, when their timing is down, when they're swinging the bats good. They could be almost unbeatable. And the biggest problem with Ole Miss is they rely on the long ball too much. And if you see this team in person, they are giants. I mean, they are as physical as you will see in college baseball. And it's a typical, Bianco, Bertman of the 90s type team where they're big, they're physical. Judd Utermark is probably the most athletic player on the team. He's a giant. He's 6'5", 250 pounds. He can play all over the field. And they can hit it a mile. But there's a lot of swing and miss. We talked about it last week. I don't know how many strikeouts there were and how many they left Lafayette County on the base pass. But then when they put it together, they're unstoppable. They went 20 consecutive innings against Florida this weekend without a run. And you cannot do that and be successful for the rest of the SEC conference play. So the Rebs are going to swing and miss. They've struck out almost 100 times more than the Tigers have. They match up pretty evenly across the board other than that. And it's all going to rely on their starting pitching. And Hunter Elliott is one of the better aces in the country. He's not going to light up the radar gun, but extremely efficient with a tremendous pickoff move. Cade Townsend is back. He had a week off, some arm soreness. He's a very good pitcher. And Taylor Rabe is a youngster that they've moved into the starting rotation. After that, it can be a little inconsistent in the back end of the bullpen. So I think it's a great matchup, man. Both of these teams really need to take this series.
Luch, Georgia's 10-2, Texas is 9-3, Bama's 8-4. The next 10 teams in the league are either 7-5 or 6-6. Then you got Tennessee, Missouri, South Carolina at the bottom. If I asked you, look at that clump of 10 teams in the middle and tell me who do you think is the most dangerous, who would it be and why?
Right now, I would have to pick Alabama, just off the top of my head, just seeing what they have done with a group, and we talked about Auburn last week, a group of players that none of them stand out where you recognize the name. I think Alabama, aside from Justin LeBron, who is having a subpar year, just hitting over about 250, they're just a bunch of dudes that go out there and play. And they've got good starting pitching. Tyler Faye in game one has thrown a no-hitter earlier. Zane Adams in game two is a good pitcher. But aside from that, they just go out there and battle. And they've got a superstar in Justin LeBron, and then the second tier, there's the superstars and there's the really good players, and then there's the complementary players. Alabama's really good players are lights out right now. Bryce Fowler, Brady Neal is unconscious. Can't get him out on any pitch right now. And that's a team that believes they can win, and they're right up there in the mix, man. If they continue to win at the clip that they are, you have a potential to see Alabama as a top 8 seed.
They're trending toward it. They're third right now in the conference, behind only Georgia at 10-2 and Texas at 9-3. He's David Dellucci. The SEC Network hangs out with us Mondays here to recap the weekend that was in the conference. Thanks, Luch.
Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Be well. We'll do it again next week. We're brought to you by Arco Power Systems. Arco.com, 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 ARCCO, Arco.com. Remember, this is industrial generator power. You hear all the time about the many different companies that will sell you a home standby generator. Arco is not that. This is a generator for your business. Commercial, industrial, hospitals, schools, grocery stores, banks, convenience stores, radio stations, media groups, whatever it is. You have a commercial building. When the power goes out, what do? How does a power outage affect your business, your profitability? Can you afford to be offline? Probably not. Well, what do? You call Arco. I'll tell you the same thing we talk about your home. Don't wait for the storm to be in the Gulf. Call now. Everything's turnkey. They can sell, service, install, rent that Generac standby generator. They can even have, like, in their yard, these standby generators there. They house them there. Storm comes, power goes out, boom. You can come pick it up. They can deploy their teams to bring it to you. So many options, but you got to check them out. Now, remember, their home base is Baton Rouge on Airline Highway near I-12, but they are so much more than Baton Rouge. They got offices everywhere, north to Little Rock, east to Mobile, west to San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, all over Louisiana, everywhere. Draw a big circle. Anywhere in that footprint, Arco Power Systems serves you. Arco.com, 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 ARCCO, Arco.com. All right, thanks to Luch for hanging out with us for a couple of minutes. It's just never – I mean, the SEC in baseball, we talk about it all the time, and the word parity gets thrown around a bunch, but it's true. Because you have just such a high level of investment across the league. And – you know, one of the things that I do want to talk about, I'm going to take some time and prep this. And I was reminded of it because I intended to do it anyway, but Luch just mentioned Brady Neal. We've had such a big conversation this year about LSU's transfer players maybe not living up to the lofty expectations. I mean, no fault of their own. I mean, sometimes you miss. But I can't help but look at a guy like Brady Neal. Or look like what Mikey Ryan's doing at NC State this year. And you look at guys that you invested so much resource in recruiting out of high school, and they spend a year or 2 years at LSU, then they transfer. Because you're relying on transfer players. And I can't help but wonder if you're better off. Look, I mean, there's going to be times where you can go get Tommy White or Paul Skeens, you go get Tommy White or Paul Skeens. But in some instances, like, are you better? Like, would you rather have Mikey Ryan for 3 years at second base or Dardar this year? I'm not trying to dogpile on Dardar. He's had some big moments. He was giant last weekend. But I think it's a very real conversation, I think, that could maybe affect how Jay continues building his rosters moving forward. Maybe a better after the season conversation, but one I've been thinking a lot about. We'll probably have that conversation, put some color to it here in the next couple of days. All right, it's After Further Review. Monday shows are brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. All right, let me knock out a quick break, y'all. We're going to come back and a lot of kids. Oh, Momma Scone. So Momma Scone and I are done. Both of our brackets are finished. Neither of us has anyone in the championship game tonight. So we're calling Momma Scone in 15 minutes to tell you who the winner is. And we do have, for the first time in the Momma Scone bracket challenge, the Scone versus Momma Scone bracket challenge, let's put it this, we have a first that has happened. Got a first. So we'll disclose that first in about 15 minutes. What?
No, I mean, I was going to try to guess it, but I don't think you're going to tell me. So
I'd rather tell you.
Yeah. It kind of ruined the tease.
It would.
Yeah.
You want to write it down? I'll tell you if you're right.
Yeah, like right now, you're going to do that during break.
Write it down on a piece of paper, put it in a sealed envelope, postmark it, mail it to yourself, and then so we can confirm the date, and then we'll open it up.
Got it.
In 15
I can do that.
minutes. That's what we'll do. All right, it's After Further Review. Stick around.
After Further Review.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys. You've been injured in an accident. It's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Get Gordon, get it done. Of course, 2 things I want to tell you about primarily. Number 1, the Gordon's Grads laptop giveaway. Taking entrance now through the end of April. Go to gordonsgrads.com, gordonsgrads.com, gordonsgrads.com. Gordon's giving away laptops, MacBooks to graduating Louisiana high school seniors that are going to college or trade school. So if you're going to a 2 or 4 year college or trade school, Gordon is kind of helping you in that transition by giving away laptops, MacBooks to Louisiana graduating high school seniors. You want to learn more on how you can enter gordonsgrads.com, gordonsgrads.com, gordonsgrads.com. And then, of course, always, Gordon doing great work in the NIL space with the G team. You want to learn more? You can always go to gordongives.com. You know what to do. GetGordon.com, GetGordon.com. Get Gordon. Get it done.
After further review, presented by Relief Windows. Windows, doors, siding. And oh, we do shutters too.
Angela May on the text line. You can text 225-499-1045. Said, will y'all be doing a Hondo rodeo giveaway today? No. I think, could be wrong. But I think OTB is doing the Honda rodeo giveaways. Sounds like that would be a question for the program director that could probably answer that for you. We'll see if we can get him on the line.
Well, where is he? I'll ask him.
I don't know. I heard he's just really aloof, dismissive, kind of a jerk, too. Great hair, though. Great hair.
This is probably the best head of hair in the business, quite honestly.
No, we did. Alondra is now actually running promotions for 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. So I don't know what she has planned for the Hondo Rodeo ticket giveaway. But especially considering, and she was not here today on OTB. I guess she was out for Easter to see her family, which is great. We encourage that. We love that. But I'm sure she'll have whatever she's back tomorrow, so I'm sure we'll have the ticket giveaway back tomorrow. All right, it's after further review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. The Pels have 3 games left in the regular season. Yeah, you're right, Graf. 1 more home game. They'll play tomorrow against the Utah Jazz. It's a soft J. That's how you say it. Yaz, like Yaz flute.
I love their flute.
Pete Nakos is reporting that Post Malone, who was going to become, who's going to be the new head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels.
No, that different guy.
That's looking at right here. That's what Michael Malone, Pete Nakos said that Post Malone was the top name in the New Orleans Pelicans search, but ultimately decided to take the North Carolina job.
It's not Post Malone. Post Malone's a singer. He's not a basketball coach.
No, it's the same guy.
This is Michael Malone.
Same guy.
Former NBA coach, Mike Malone.
Yep, same guy.
It's not the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
They could not be more different, actually.
It's not what I heard. Same guy. They call him Post. Because, you play down low, you play in the post.
I don't think they do.
Yes, they do. Paul, would you tell him that if you play down low, that's called the post? You're playing in the post.
That is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Post Malone. That's his nickname.
He's a coach.
Doesn't matter. His nickname is Post. They call him Post. They call him Post Malone. Those who know him best call him Post Malone.
Stop it. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Prove it.
They call him Mike.
Prove it. You've never met him.
I've never met him.
Those of us who know him best call him Post.
You've never met him either.
Have for years.
Nope.
But Pete Nakos is reporting that Post Malone was a top name for the Pelicans job. And now he's going to North Carolina to be their coach. He's replacing Hubert Humphrey, who got fired.
No. He's replacing Humid. He's replacing Hubert Owens.
Nope.
Yes.
Try again, Muse.
Right? That wasn't that guy's name?
Muse, that's pitiful.
Nah.
I'm actually doing a bit, and you just really screwed up. Hubert Davis is who you're looking for.
See, I was close.
Herbie Hancock.
Herbie Hancock.
That's really embarrassing, Muse, that you just said Hubert Owens.
Man,
I mean,
is it?
A little bit.
I feel fine.
And that explains so much. He should be feeling fine right about now, shouldn't he, Paulie? 520?
Feeling good.
I mean, he's feeling really good right about now. So Post Malone, it's interesting use that they call him Post.
They don't, though.
Because when he played guard.
Yeah.
At Loyola of Maryland when he was there from 89 to 93. He's from Queens, though. I don't know if you knew that.
New York?
Yep.
All right. Didn't know if there was other Queens.
Those of us who know him best, we've called him Post, even though he was a guard. It's one of those ironic things, like a big guy that you call tiny. That's what we do here with.
I do like that, but no one calls him Post. It's Mike Malone, new North Carolina head coach, replaced Hubert Davis, who got fired.
You sure it's not Hubert Owens?
No, he's Hubert Owens is an official for SEC football.
Did you Google Hubert Owens?
Dude, I knew the name. And I'm like, wait, who is Hubert Owens?
Who is Hubert
and
Owens?
I did.
Wait, pull up his picture, Paulie. Pull up a picture of Hubert Owens.
You're gonna recognize me immediately, man. You're gonna be like,
is he the
I know
Jack
that guy.
dude?
No, he's not the Jack dude. He wears the glasses. You're gonna
kind of fat dude.
Kind of fat. I don't know if I'd say fat. Just kind of like.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, that one he doesn't have the glasses on, and that one that Paul's got, but it's fine. You'll know him if you pull that one up.
All right, we're waiting for Paul to pull the picture of Hubert Owens. Not to be confused with Hubert Davis.
Yeah, who's not the coach of North Carolina anymore.
Oh, yeah, I recognize that guy.
Dude, that's Hubert Owens.
And that's definitely the big fat guy. Like
would you call him fat?
Look at his gut. He's a fat guy.
Okay.
As a former fat guy, I can confirm he's a fat guy, all right?
A little pudgy. But
he's not morbidly obese, but he's a fat guy.
Okay, he's a fat guy. Golly, poor Hubert Owens. He's not the coach of North Carolina, and he's a fat guy.
I didn't bring up Hubert Owens. You brought up Hubert Owens.
Guess my mind's just on SEC football for some reason. I don't know. It's like I know that name.
Anyway, all that to say, I think it's a fascinating time in basketball when Post Malone decides not to take potentially an NBA head coaching job and instead to go to college, which continues to draw the parallels between college and the NBA now, which kind of reverts to what we were talking about a week ago with Lane Kiffin when Trinidad Chambliss was making all his comments about how much more of a I'm paraphrasing, but when he was contrasting Lane Kiffin and Pete Golding and talking about how Golding will let you know how he feels before you can even say it sort of thing. And I just don't think it matters because college football now more resembles the pros. And so it does feel like college has never been more of a fit for pro coaches than it is right now. For years, we've seen it the other way. College coaches make the jump to pros. I think now it makes a lot of sense. The Belichick thing at North Carolina hasn't gone great, but I do think pro coaches going to college makes more sense now because you're dealing with a GM. You're dealing with basically paying players to build your roster, et cetera. So, yeah, Post Malone taking the job at North Carolina might be a better opportunity for success than coming to New Orleans to this organization. And he does his own halftime entertainment.
No, he doesn't do that. If he's coaching, he has to go coach the team at halftime.
Doesn't have to.
That's why this is Mike Malone and not Post Malone.
Doesn't have to do it.
You do. That's part of being a coach.
No, I mean you could let your assistants go take care of halftime.
Have a locker room speech, man. Got to have it.
Don't
rile
have
the
to
guys up.
I don't, especially in the pros. You don't
get them going.
Especially in the pros, you don't need a halftime speech. Pros don't need you to go give them a halftime speech. They just want to go get their Powerade.
Yep.
Or whatever they drink. My High.
There you go.
Shout out.
Pelicans will do that for sure.
They certainly would have if Post Malone would have been their coach.
Yeah, well, Mike Malone's going to North Carolina.
You sure it's not Hubert Owens?
Yeah, no, he is still an SEC referee in football. He has not changed jobs as far as I know.
You said Hubert Owens.
It's half right.
You were no parts right.
I was half right. I got his first name. His first name's Hubert. That's literally half right.
It's like saying George Jetson was the first president of the United States.
I mean,
I was half right.
You're half right.
Stupid. Huberto.
His boy Elroy was the vice president. Jane, first lady. I mean, look at this.
This is Martha, okay?
Yeah, Martha Washington.
George's wife was Martha. And his teeth were made of wool.
They were.
I knew I'd get you. All right, I knew I'd get
Why
him.
is it so good?
Oh, no, I knew I'd get him.
Oh,
though.
man.
All right, it's after further review. There was something else I was going to do. So let's see. There's some semblance of sports. Play Paul Feinbaum saying that Lane Kiffin's going to win a natty.
Will they win a national championship under Lane Kiffin? My first response to that would be yes. I think they will. I don't think Lane Kiffin went there if he didn't think he could win a national championship. And I think the answer, like it or not, is that he did not think he could win one at Ole Miss.
Sports. It's AFR. Momma Scone's next.
After further review.
Man, you know what's so great about Easter? Well, I mean, other than Jesus rising from the dead and, you know, he died so we could live and all the things. Like Easter crawfish boils are so good, or get-togethers in your backyard or wherever you are, and jumping in the pool. A lot of times I remember as a kid, that was like our first swim of the year. And I know it's 55. It got down to 55, 54 today, but I ain't even worried about that. You put a little heater on that pool, you get the chill off of it, and you're swimming already. If you want to turn your outdoor area into your own private oasis, if you want that backyard paradise, your swimming pool, your outdoor kitchen, maybe your putting green, Derek Duplessis and the team at Duplessis Builders can make that a reality. Maybe you need to remodel your current pool to modernize it, upgrade it. DuplessisBuilders.net. DuplessisBuilders.net.
After further review, presented by Relief Windows. Windows, doors, siding. And oh, we do shutters too.
National championship game tonight. Actually, I bet she doesn't even know who's playing. Oh, we welcome aboard Momma Scone. Hey, Mom, do you know who's playing in the national championship game tonight?
I know Michigan is.
Oh!
Because I had Michigan in the national championship game, but I don't know who they're playing.
How did you know Michigan?
Because I saw it on my thing, on my bracket that I
She
still
saw it on her
had,
thing.
that they were still in it.
Oh, but you had Michigan losing the championship
The
game.
Duke, yes.
You had them losing to Duke. So,
But do I get points for just having them in the
well, yeah,
game?
because you had them winning. And honestly, that's the pivotal game that led to our result, because we both had. Well, I had that half of the Final Four correct. I had Michigan, Arizona, but I had Arizona winning that game.
Oh.
You had Michigan winning that game.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for the first time in Scone versus Momma Scone bracket challenge history, by the way, I finished, because I'm done. I don't have any of the teams in the championship game. I finished 94th out of 340 locally. And Momma Scone finished tied at 94th out of 340
Yes.
in the bracket challenge. Can I
That's
get some
pretty
type
good,
of buzzer or something, Muse? Something. Okay. So all the things that we were trying to ask people for help coming up with what our bet would be, none of it mattered, because we end up tied for the first time ever.
Yeah. So I don't get any extra points from this game.
No, like you're done earning points. So you got points from Michigan beating Arizona.
Gotcha.
Right? But you had Michigan losing to Duke, so you're done. You can't. There's no more points for you to get.
Gotcha.
I had Arizona beating Michigan, and then I had Florida in the championship. So my big swing and miss was Florida not making it past the round of 32 and Adam winning the national championship. And then you obviously getting a team into the championship game was your big point getter there. So it really came down to that national semifinal. So had Arizona beaten Michigan, I would have won. But because Michigan won that game and we were head-to-head on that one, that gave you enough points to catch me and tie.
Mm-hmm.
So
yesterday you told me that you killed me.
I don't know if I told you I killed you.
Yeah, I asked you.
I was killing you at one point.
You were killing me.
Well, I was killing you at one point.
Well, yesterday you... Anyway.
I don't even remember talking to you about this yesterday, to be perfectly honest.
I asked you. Never mind. You don't remember. Okay.
I don't deny that you asked me this. It just clearly wasn't an impactful thing in my life, us having this conversation.
Obviously not.
Because I don't remember at all us talking about the bracket thing. But I'm glad that you did okay.
Yeah.
It's way more interesting if you beat me from time to time. It keeps the bit
going. But at
going.
least I tied.
Well, I think you try every year. The whole point of the
no,
bracket.
I tied you.
Oh, you tied. I'm sorry. I thought you said you tried.
No, I tied.
Yes, you and I, we tied. We tied 94th out of 340. It's a little bummer because like I was cruising, but what caught up to me in the end, of course, was Duke getting ousted. But then again, you had Duke going far as well. So actually, it had Duke. Oh, by the way, Michigan's playing UConn in the national championship
UConn.
tonight. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Mom, I don't know if you know, one of the most dramatic moments in the history of the tournament, Duke was beating UConn, and they had this just gaffe where they turned the ball over, and UConn hit a 35-foot three-pointer at the buzzer with 1 second left, whatever, to win it. And so other than that, Duke would have advanced. And who knows? They might still be playing for the championship. And
I could have had Duke and Michigan, like, for the final two.
Yes, and then you would have won. You would have beaten me.
Man, dude, come on.
I know. How about that? It's incredible. So what was your favorite game of this tournament?
The ones I didn't watch.
I know. All of them, right?
All of them.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I was ironing clothes.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. I was almost done.
If we're ranking 7 billion people in the world, like 1 to 7 billion, where do you think you rank in ironing ability? You've ironed a lot of clothes because you're old and you've been ironing for a long time.
Yeah. Well, my mama used to iron, so I iron.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say I'm pretty up there.
Yeah. Like, where do you think? You think you're in the top 1 billion, the top 1 million?
Oh, yeah.
Top 1,000?
Oh, probably not. Maybe.
You don't think you're in the top 1,000?
I don't know. I mean, as far as my ironing ability?
Yeah, that's it. Just ironing ability.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, probably. Top 500 then, I'd say.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's world class. I mean, think about 7 billion people in the world. If you're in the top 500 at anything, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You gotta be
I
really
think highly
elite.
of myself, huh?
Oh, no, I just think you're an elite ironer. You've been doing it for a long time. Since we can't talk about the tournament or the bracket, and I can't smack talk since we tied. I just have nothing else to talk about. So I'm just.
I know.
What else is going on?
Nothing.
Did Brian and his family get there yet?
No, they're coming tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow
Morning.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they were a day late since the car broke down. Everything's pushed back a day.
I told that story earlier. I was like, I tell people all the time, go to Shawbills, before you go on the trip, get your car, your vehicle checked, make sure it's good to go. They hit the road. They're an hour outside of South Bend, and the car breaks down.
Yep.
Should have taken it to Shawbills. You know what I mean?
Do they have Shawbills in South Bend?
No, but whatever the equivalent there would be, that's where they should have gone. They should have done that, but they didn't.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember that time when we were on a family vacation and the van broke down?
The Tricker, yeah.
Yeah, the Tricker.
The old copper Toyota van.
We had an old Toyota van, and we broke down. Where were we coming back from? Was that North?
No, we were coming back from College Station. We
went for the. That was the LSU. Oh God, that was '89. That was LSU A&M in '89.
And it was so hot.
Yeah, and the van broke down, and there was a gentleman who picked us up in his big rig and drove us home.
Yeah, he was hauling watermelons, and when he dropped us off, he gave us a watermelon. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that, but that sounds so nice.
His name was Herman. I remember it.
I do remember Herman.
Yeah, we rode in his big old truck.
Shout out to Herman, wherever you are.
Yeah.
Do you remember his last name?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Shout out,
but
Herman.
It was very nice of him.
Herman was a real one. He picked us up, little kids on the side of the road, gave us a ride.
Yep.
Okay. Sports.
That was very nice. He drove us all the way to O'Neill Lane, dropped us off.
I remember. And Uncle Kenny picked us up,
Uncle
right?
Kenny picked us up, yep.
See, I remember. Shout out to Uncle Kenny, my godfather, another real one. Here we are. So this is what happens, Mom, whenever – oh, by the way, we got a new picture of you on
good.
On the screen, the one you and I took the other day.
Okay, good.
Because you demanded a new photo. The old picture of you was – I mean, that's probably like a 15-year-old picture. It was an old picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm older now.
Yeah, you look great, though.
Yeah, a little thinner, which is good.
Yeah, that's great. All right. Same hairdo that you've had probably since I was born.
Yes. I have curly hair, and that's what I do with it.
You go get that thing permed?
No, it's natural curly.
Oh. I feel like you got the same hairdo since I've been born, Mom.
Yeah,
Yeah. You never wanted to straighten that thing out?
No. Well, when I was a teenager, I wanted to because I hated my hair.
Yeah.
And people were like literally ironing their hair back then.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
And not a curling iron, with the iron. My mom wouldn't let me.
Oh. See?
And,
but if you're ranking in the top 500 of the world in ironing, then you should have been able to iron your hair. Now we have brought this thing. Can I get a ding for that one? Asleep at the wheel. Let's go. See, I'm bringing this all together. There it is. Bring this all together. And on that note, I'll bid you adieu until next year. I'm sure.
Next year, goodness.
Well, on the radio, Mom.
Oh, on the radio. Okay.
You want to be like our guest picker during football season for a Friday?
Sure.
Okay, then we'll do that. All right. You're in. Terrio's not going to book guest pickers like he should, so we're always scrambling to find someone anyway. Usually just calls Eric. I'll have him call you. See how we do.
Okay.
What do you think of Lane Kiffin?
I think he's good.
What do you think of Will Wade coming back?
I think it's awesome. Second chance.
Yep. Erica loves them. You know that?
Yeah, does she?
Oh, God, yeah. She thinks they're both awesome. They're hilarious. She loves them both. She doesn't know a lick about sports, but she thinks they're awesome because they're funny.
What?
Because they're funny, and Lane Kiffin does Erica's been watching Get Ready With Me TikToks with Landry and Lane for forever. She loves Lane. She's been loving Lane Kiffin.
Gotcha.
Drew was watching an old video of a Pick'em segment with when Ryan called Erica from 2021.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, Lane Train, love the Lane Train. I mean, it's 5 years ago. She was, I mean, we have video evidence of her saying that.
Well, hopefully he's going to get our football team doing good this year.
Hopefully. And Will Wade will get the basketball team going. I'll bring you to every game next year. You and me, we're going.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
You and me, we're going to all the basketball games.
Squeaky shoes.
I know, squeaky shoes. All right. Well, better luck to both of us next year. Thanks, Mom.
Yep. Okay. Love you,
All right.
buddy.
Love you, too. We'll see you later. That's my mom. The Matt versus Momma Scone bracket challenge ends in a tie for the first time. Is that what you wrote down and postmarked yourself?
That was going to be my guess, yes, that y'all tied.
We tied.
Bummer.
So now we got to find out what we're betting on tonight. So Jimmy will give us that little tidbit in a second. We are brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. Jimmy, also a patient of Dr. Blake Williamson. Tell you all the time, no matter your age or your refractive issue, I had LASIK. Well, Dr. Blake Williamson did the custom lens replacement for Jimmy. So he was look, this happens. Your lens ages as you deteriorates as you age. And so that's what you'll see a lot of times when you become farsighted. So, you need to hold you're holding the piece of paper far away from you, doing the thing like this. You hold the paper far away to see. You need the flashlight on the menu in the dark restaurant to be able to see. You get the readers on the end of your nose. You want to get rid of that forever and just see? Williamson Eye Center can help. 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com. Just schedule that consultation with Dr. Blake Williamson. It's affordable. Don't let what you think is affordability or ability to pay stop you. They have ways to help. You need to just go for that consultation. 924-2020 or WilliamsonEye.com. That's Williamson, EYE.com. All right, Jimmy will tell us who he's got in the Natty tonight. We'll do that next to wrap up with Otterlocks on AFR.
AFR.
Man, I'll be over at Goodwood tomorrow morning. See Gabe at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I know we say Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, and there's the logo and the thing that everybody laughs at and all because it's funny and it's creative marketing and everything. But there's so many different ways that they can help you look and feel your best. One of the things that I've started doing sort of help my back, I've told you about the BPC 157 peptide that I've been taking, which has been amazing. But they also have a stem wave treatment that they can use on different parts of your body. They're supposed to recruit blood flow and healing to certain areas. So I did one treatment last week, going again tomorrow to get treatment on my back. So many different ways that that Goodwood can help you look and feel your best. I encourage everybody, man, woman, young, old, get your hormone levels checked to see if you're a candidate for HRT. Stress and other life occurrences can help aid you biologically. It's not about the number, it's about how you feel. YourGoodwood.com. Check them out, YourGoodwood.com.
After further review, presented by Relief Windows. Windows, doors, siding, and we do shutters too.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here on a Monday edition of AFR, presented by Relief Windows. As always, big shout out to Brandon Holly and the gang over at Relief Windows. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades, but their number one product is always customer satisfaction. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. All right, one thing left to do, find out what we're betting on tonight. It's time for Otter Locks.
Otter Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
You, Otter, what up?
What's going on, Matthew? Championship night tonight, huh?
This has been a really good tournament. I was talking about it in hour number one. It's they're pacing to have the most watched and highest rated NCAA tournament since 1993.
Hey, yeah, I'm not sure why they put the semis and the finals on TBS instead of the network. Anytime you do that, minus ESPN, it's kind of a bad move. So that's and look, man, 5 of the 6 have been blowouts. Minus the UConn comebacks of the last 6 games. That's with all of that. So it's still pretty strong, very strong. So, UConn takes care of business again. Now, 18-1, Hurley in the tournament, straight up and against the spread in the last 4 tournaments. I mean, it's something that's just hard to believe. And they're excellent this time of year. The better coaches usually have their teams more prepared late in the season, especially with the turnover in personnel each and every season. So I think UConn's going to be a tough out tonight. And on the Michigan side, they were phenomenal. Not only does Axel get his 2 fouls in the first minute and a half, but then he comes back and injures himself. He comes back to start the second half and hits a couple of threes. He was 3 of 3 from 3-point range. Matt, this is a big deal, man. This is where the players, the efficiency, the plus minus, when he is not in the lineup, they fall off 25% in playing time this year. The next closest player in college basketball is less than half of that. So we're talking about a major factor tonight that I don't think is being made as big of a deal about because, he only played 14 minutes and they blasted, a great Arizona team. And that score, it should have been worse than the actual score. 18 points was no indication of how badly that beating was. I think it might catch up with them against a well-coached team. I'm going to take UConn in the points tonight for them to be a little bit more feisty than Arizona was. Arizona's coach first time coaching in the Final Four on Saturday in Tommy Lloyd, and won't be the case for Hurley tonight.
Yeah, there's boosts everywhere as well. DraftKings had it's a mystery boost. It's up to 100%. Mine was 30% when I opened it. So use those boosts as well.
Boost.
All right, you got a few on the diamond tonight as well?
Yes, indeed. We got the White Sox. One of the surprises. It's such a horrible team last year. Lost over 100 games. They're 4-5 this year, and still, underappreciated team with the odds makers. Baltimore is still thought of as a better team. They don't have as good of a record, and they're on the road. White Sox plus money tonight. We're going to take the White Sox on the south side tonight. Dodgers in Toronto. Wobreski is the starter for the Dodgers. Yeah, he's a household name. And then Scherzer, who's like 48, he's starting for Toronto. We're going to go over in the L.A.-Toronto game, the Sky Dome, rematch of that classic 7-game World Series last year. And the Rangers are off to a good start, a solid start But it's all about fading the Mariners here. Mariners are striking out left and right. They're really struggling at the plate. That's not a good recipe against DeGrom. Take the Rangers at home, minus 118. White Sox, Rangers, and over in the Dodgers, Toronto.
Where are you tomorrow?
We're at Mike Anderson's on Lee, just off of Nicholson.
All right. Enjoy the game tonight. Thanks, Otter.
Good luck.
All right, man. Same to you. Always grab some Evermore, EVAMOR. Got it on set with me every single day. Make sure you drink Evermore. Great Louisiana product. Natural artesian water. Healthier alternative. You can buy it online if you can't find it in the store. If you can't find it in the store, demand your store carry it. Evermore. EVAMOR. Evermore.com. Evermore.com. Drink Evermore. Evermore.com. Send me your pics, too. People send me pics of Evermore all day. All right, Muse Pauly, thanks. Y'all have an awesome night. Shout out to Relief Windows. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, I am about to get on down the road in my Volkswagen Atlas Crossport from South Point Volkswagen, Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer. Airline just north of Highlander, southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. Start at the website. Remember, I tell you all the time, you shop online. Everyone does it now. The average car buyer visits 1.2 dealerships before making their purchase because we shop online now. We know what car we're going to buy, all the features, all the finishes, everything. We work out financing, do the whole thing online. You can do it at South Point Volkswagen. So go to the website. There's a shop vehicle feature right there. Search by year, make, model, body style, price. Whole thing will narrow down, see the entire selection. If it's on the lot, it's online with pictures of the actual vehicle that's there on the lot. So go shop today at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. To get by and test drive, South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction?